So, should we move on with
Oh
Raw?
yeah.
Because
Oh
here,
yeah.
another thing, Randy Orton. Randy Orton. There was a lot of girls talking and wrestling after what we just talked about, but then Randy Orton, he's over. And they show the VTR, the videotape replay for the kids out there of Gunther pinning Orton at the King of the Ring tournament. But Orton's shoulder was up because he rolled him up so tight he couldn't keep his shoulder down, and they worked it in where Triple H said, "Well, there'll be a rematch." It worked. It was legitimately a bad referee call based on a thing that happened, and now they're making it the bone of contention in the fucking rematch. And the people are chanting Randy. And they're fucking, again, he's another star. And all he has to do is say, 20 years ago, I won the world title for the first time. And in Berlin, I'll win it for the 15th time. That's all he had to say. And boom, and Gunther music. And as he comes to the ring, and it's going to be obviously his hometown, but at the same time, he's got heat in this environment here. And they just drop in the statistics. 75% of the time he's been in the WWE, he's been a champion. And that includes NXT, right? Because he was NXT champion for some time. And Orton again, now I think the best part about Orton's promos is he's reached the point where he knows that as long as he's telling the story, he can use a lot of what he's given or fed or is written for him or whatever. But as long as he's getting to where they want him to go, he can do it his way. And he's more relaxed and he's conversational and he's got a great delivery. And they went back and forth, and Orton does a great job of rousing up the fans and did babyface bragging where he was putting himself, and he was responding to the way that Gunther had torn him down by putting himself and his kids and his wife and his life and everything over. And he got the fans chant, "You deserve it." See, I'm clapping now.
I didn't hear that.
But you can't hear it because of the goddamn screwy audio. And if you're listening to this clip as a standalone, folks, listen to the whole goddamn podcast. You know what we're talking about.
Babyface bragging. Like, I drank 8 gallons of milk. I walked 5 ladies across the street.
Well, no, there's a way that baby faces can put themselves over and talk about their accomplishments and more or less brag on themselves as long as they are doing it the proper way and the proper verbiage and responding to a heel that has maligned those self-same items aforementioned. And anyway, then boom, boom, boom. Gunther says, "You know what? You always screw it up, and your grandfather was a screw up, and Bob Orton Sr. was not a screw up. Bob Orton Jr. maybe, but anyway, your grandfather was a screw up, your father was a screw up, and you're the biggest screw up of all." And they're going face to face, and they're about ready to go, Gunther and Orton. And here comes Drew's music. And another fucking star to be heard from. And as soon as the people see him, they start chanting CM Punk. And as Gunther turns toward Drew McIntyre, which that was the only thing, I wish he'd have done it a little less abruptly, because it was just like, oh shit, I guess I should turn now, and rather than wait, what's happening, back and forth a little. But nevertheless, he turns and Orton spins him back around, gives him the RKO out of nowhere to the big pop. And then he picks up the world title belt, Orton does. But now Drew's about to get in the ring, and Punk jumps him. And now it's a huge pop because Punk is here. And he's wailing on goddamn Drew, and then Drew headbutts Punk. And did you see? While this is going on, Orton just was in the ring and just said, "Ah, fuck it," got out of the ring on the far side. And you never see him again. And Gunther was already gone. You didn't see him again. Remember when baby faces and heels would show some solidarity? if one was being fucked with, hey, Rube, and here comes the rest of them, it wouldn't just leave you hanging out to dry. You remember that, Brian?
I do.
Well, they don't do it anymore. But anyway, and one more thing, and then Drew takes off his belt like, I'll show you, and fucking Punk takes it away and whips the shit out of Drew McIntyre. And McIntyre runs off. And then, of course, they go to the break hot, and the people are screaming and everything. And when they come back, the punctuation on the sentence, the girl, one of the girl interviewers, can't remember her name, is in the back saying that Punk had lied about the travel issues to get his hands on Drew. And Punk does a babyface promo, and he's got the belt, and he says, I think I just figured out a way to make everybody happy. So the belt will figure into whatever the goddamn first match of theirs is with no special referee.
I figured out a way to make everybody happy. Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Yeah. But again, this was fucking, again, Gunther and Orton and then Drew and then Punk is just star, angle, setting a match. And the people are going crazy. And there's 13,000 of them in Austin, Texas. What'd you think of the whole deal?
I thought it was good. I didn't expect Drew to come out there, so it caused me to pay a little extra attention when he did. And then the thing with him and Punk, again, you never get sick of him and Punk not even wrestling, just promoting each other or attacking each other. Good stuff here.
And the reason, with Drew, he wants to be the world champion. And again, that's why Punk screwed him out of his chance. It should be him instead of Orton fighting Gunther. He's not aligning himself with anybody, babyface or heel, because he's just pissed off. And that's why he's the only one. You know whose side everybody else is on, right? But Drew is different, which is why he's one of the more interesting folks on the roster now. And by the way, I'm going to put the lid on my pen now. I just clicked it. You can't hear it.
I heard some of that. It sounded like awful.
Well,